Mobile games are going big. Free Fire Max is now available on PC with Google Play Games. Play in matches, level up your game.
Incredible story, and present you the details behind the most spectacular leak in video game history. Let's start with the question of who Arion Kurtaj is. In fact, not too much is known about the boy who almost brought Rockstar Games, the company behind GTA, to the brink. It is known that he was born in 2005 and currently lives in London. He started programming at a young age, showing massive talent there. In time, he joined a feared hacker group called Lapsus, where he committed numerous crimes and data thefts under the online name Teapot Uberhacker. One thing in particular is known about Arion, that he suffers from a certain form of autism. This allegedly leads to the fact that he has no feeling for human closeness and is often not aware of the seriousness of his deeds. However, it is precisely this personality trait that currently seems to be working to his advantage. In the serious court case that he is currently facing because of his GTA 6 leak, his illness caused perhaps the craziest turn of events that has been seen in court for a long time. But we'll get to that in a moment. Before that, we'll take a brief look at Lapsus, the group Arion was a member of. Lapsus is an online group of probably 7 hackers that has been the fear of many large companies since 2021. In recent months, they have sneaked into the online systems of well-known corporations, among others, and captured data with which they extorted a total of around $10 million. Among their victims were companies such as the cab service Uber or the graphics card manufacturer Nvidia. But even gigantic corporations, such as Microsoft or even the Brazilian Ministry of Health, have already been attacked by Lapsus. The hacker collective proceeded in the same way with all their victims. They broke into the company's online systems by gaining access to employee emails or internal communication systems. They then used these to gain access to very sensitive data that even numerous employees are denied. They copied and stored this data, and then threatened to give the data to competitors or publish it if they were not paid for its return. In fact, however, the anonymous members of Lapsus seek out their victims on their own. Arion, who himself has been an avid gamer since his youth, therefore looked for a target that particularly interested him personally, and that was Rockstar Games, the creators of GTA. Since GTA is the most successful video game series of all time, there have been speculations and alleged leaks about the next GTA part for many years. Time and again, people on the internet claim to know where GTA 6 is supposed to be set, what the story content is, and who the main characters are. For example, for a long time, it was claimed that the next GTA part would be set not only in the USA, but also in South America, and the game has the working title Project Americas. Many dubious magazines reported even more curious rumors, so it was already claimed that the game would include over 5 different metropolises, or that the game would take place in the 80s instead of in the modern age. As we all know, we're still waiting for GTA 6. And while almost all Easter eggs and supposed leaks have turned out to be false so far, on September 19th of last year, the event happened where actual info about the game was revealed for the first time. Arion Kurtaj announced in a GTA forum that on that day, he would release numerous files from the game, screenshots, gameplay videos, and much more. Since Kurtaj, who also posted on the forum under his hacker moniker Teapot Uberhacker, had hardly posted on the forum before, many other online users didn't take Kurtaj's announcement seriously. But then, in one post, the hacker actually published over 90 files, all of which were officially from Rockstar Games and showed nothing less than the development of GTA 6. However, according to Kurtaj himself, it wasn't a big deal at all. He even went to bed and fell asleep right after their release. While Kurtaj was asleep, the leaked images spread like wildfire through the internet. YouTubers, magazines, and social networks all reported on the biggest leak of the year. But how did Arion Kurtaj manage to obtain these files in the first place? Through his experience, Arion had managed to get into the email account of a Rockstar employee, using a method called phishing, which involves trying to trick people via email in order to get their data. One Rockstar employee fell for Kurtaj, and that's how the hacker eventually gained access to Slack, the co-working tool where Rockstar employees share and store their work. There, he came across a veritable goldmine of data, and, in addition to countless gameplay footage, even found the source code of GTA 6, the programmed basis of the game, which is actually highly secret and from which one can access almost all areas of the game program to date. Through this source code, Orion gained access to about 50 hours of video footage that the employees had used to record previous game situations. He then posted these videos on the internet. However, no one could foresee the consequences of the data theft at that time. First, Rockstar had to face what was probably the biggest PR debacle in its company history. In addition to the 100 gigabytes of stolen data and the 50 hours of video footage, Arion's hacker group also threatened to put the entire source code on the internet, which would have given anyone access to the game. So, things became critical for the owners of Rockstar. Fearing even more leaks, the shares of Take-Two, Rockstar's parent company, fell by 13% in the following days, which meant a loss in value of over $2 billion. However, things got even worse. Due to the unprecedented damage, the American FBI got involved as well as the police. They initially suspected that the currently unknown perpetrator was in the USA. However, this assumption left them in the dark. 3 days later, it turned out that the leaker, Arion Courtage, was in England, where the London police and the National Cyber Crime Unit immediately intervened to arrest him. Following this, Arion then spent 10 months in custody before being brought to trial in July this year. Before we tell you what happened to Arion, however, we want to talk about the aftermath of his leak. While in the hours following the leak, many people on the internet debated whether the footage was even real. Rockstar was relatively quick to explain that what was spread was really from Rockstar's new title. At the same time, the company still tried to save itself by deleting all videos on YouTube or Twitter that showed gameplay of the game. But since the leak was already out in the world, Rockstar couldn't prevent many people from knowing what to expect from GTA 6. It came out that GTA 6 will probably be set in Vice City again, which is a counterpart to Miami. There you will be able to switch between a male and a female main character, who could be a pair of criminals like Bonnie and Clyde. The codename Project America can also be seen in several screenshots, which leads many to believe that missions can also be completed in South America. Nothing is known about the story itself yet, but the alleged connection to South America could mean that you can undertake even more breathtaking smuggling actions than before. In addition, there are supposed to be numerous side missions with significantly more interactive NPCs.